Please switch on your videos. I want to see your faces. And we will do that 2, 3 times, 4 times today to remain active and agile. कब लोग कभी-कभी नींद आ जाती है ना, आप लोग बहुत मेहनत करते हैं दिन में, you get tired. So I need to wake you up and keep you awake. So please switch on your videos. That'll be very nice. Let me do it on the gallery basis. Vishali, Manisha, Priyamvada, Diksha, Taranya. Good evening, good evening. Please switch on your videos. Mr. Gauss, Mihir Ranjan, Anupam, Rama Satyasri, Nikhil, Ruchi, Shangamla, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Sonar, Nikhil. And on this page, Anupam, Mihir Ranjan, Virendra Kumar. Mihir, I called your name 2, 3 times. Anupam.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening. भाई अपना ऑन करो यार, ऐसे नहीं बात बनेगी. ललित, सोनम, गाउस, गोल्डी, सत्यप्रिया, सुदीप्ता, मयूरी, संचिता, Chitra has already done. Mayuri has done it. And what about Vinita? Vinita, where are you? Yes, Anu Verma is there. Vinita is not there. Nikita, Shania. Vinita, where are you? उसको कोई फोन करो, वो ऑन करके चली गई है कहीं पर. उसको फोन कर दो. Some friend of hers should call her. That I'm waiting for her. Both of us, Anamika is also there, and we are both. This is going to be a very interesting class, I'm sure. So, Rajat, Anu, Harpreet, Purvi, Ruchi, I've called your name 3, 4 times. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो करो, ऑन करो ना वीडियो को.
Okay.
Please switch on your video. Switch on your video. Acha, all right. If Lalchand is not able to switch on, that's fine. 1 or 2 cases is okay. You can tell me or you can speak. That's fine. Virendra, just speak up, Virendra, that I'm there, and that's it. Mayuri, Nikhil, Shania, I've been calling you for few times. कहाँ हैं आप? I'm not able to see you. Arushi, Purvi, Rajat, Shania, ICT, Shania, Sharanya, I'm sorry, Sharanya. कोई फोन करो ICT में उसको, देखो आप. वो लगता है ऑन करके चली गई कहीं पर. Please call her up. Some of her friend must be here. उसको फोन कर लो. Maybe she's busy something. कुछ काम आ गया होगा. Dinesh, Arushi, Pooja, Nidhi, Naseem. Good evening, everybody. Sonam, Lalit Kumar, Sultan, Shahbaz.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Bhai, aap log sab please switch on your video. Why should I call everybody's name? It is understood that everybody has to switch on their video. So why are you not doing it, Rajat? Purvi, Kirti, kar lijye switch on. It looks nice. We can see each other and connect to each other. Through our face and name should get connected. I'm happy that most of you have put your name and institution together. That was the suggestion Anamika made on the first class, and I'm very happy that all of you have more or less done it. Manashi, Purvi, Kapil, Shivansh, Priyanka. We have many people. Swapnil, Vijay Kumar, Prasanjit, Sanchita, Sudipta, Mihranjan, I have called you 5-6 times. Are you there? It is only, why am I getting problem in IICT batch? People are relaxed there. Mihranjan, if I remove you, then you won't be able to join again. That's the problem. I'm not removing anybody just now because you should get few minutes to adapt to this rule. Mihranjan, can somebody from IICT call up everybody in IICT that they should be switching on their videos? Joining and leaving is not the best way of treating this time. Venkateshwarlu, can you help? Can you call all of them?
Sure, sir.
Please do that. Please do that. महेश को भी फोन करो और एक और लेडी थी ना अभी मैंने नाम लिया था उसका प्रियदर्शनी को भी बोलो प्रियदर्शनी भी नहीं है she is also not on. You're not on. Virendra, Manish, Akshat, Manisha, Triple IM. एक दूसरे को help करो. Please call up. You check your screen. Turn the screens. I've only come to 5. Now I'm on 6th screen, and none has switched on 6th screen. प्रीतम जरा बोलो सबको. निधि वाले भी आप सबको बोलिए. And Triple I.
Sir?
Yes.
Actually, I switched on my video from laptop and switched off video.
All right. So just mention on the chat. That's fine. That's fine. Just mention on the chat. That's fine. If you can't, or if your audio is working, you can do that. Somebody is doing. Don't. Yes. Now let's further. Ramasatya Sri, I have been calling you from the very first moment that we started the class, and you're not there. Should I remove you? Then you won't be able to enter again. Ramasatya Sri, कहाँ से है?
Sir, I'm there, sir, from IICT.
तो क्या दिक्कत है आप लोगों को क्यों नहीं ऑन करते हो मैं कब से बोल रहा हूँ आपका नाम हैं कहीं और
I
बैठे थे क्या
couldn't get the volume, sir, अभी तक.
Okay, set the volume again and tell your other friends in ICT that class is started. We have already lost 7 minutes. Please.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pratim is okay. Pratim, it is all right if you don't have a webcam. Doesn't matter. Shahbaz, Aparajita, and now this page again. None of it. Parinita, Chinmay, Pooja, NCL, Sumit, Vivek, Agrawal, Akshat, Manisha D, Nikhil Samudre, Nishtha Tiwari, Sumit
Yes,
Pakar.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. आपका वीडियो ऑन नहीं था ना कर दीजिए
Sir,
वीडियो ऑन प्लीज स्विच ऑन इफ
there
यू
is
कैन देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम
network issue. Video is
बात
not working, sir. I will
ठीक है
try.
नहीं कोई बात एक बार ट्राई कर लो नहीं होगा तो बंद कर देना और बाकियों को भी बाद में
Okay,
बंद
sir.
करेंगे लेकिन आई वुड लाइक टुडे आफ्टर every half an hour or
Okay, sir. I
sometime
will try.
randomly.
Due to network issue, sir, video is not working now.
All right.
Okay, sir.
So Kanuji, I have been calling you CRRI many times. This is the last call to everybody. After that, we will only have those in the class who are physically present. Those physically in the sense they are present before their computers or phone. But those who are not present, who are not mentioning on the chat if there's any problem with the video, then I have no way to assume that they are there. So please do that. Kapil, Habibullah, Manisha, Gaurav, Shakti, you're not attending the class. Go away. All right, you can see him if you want to. He wants to attend the class, so all right, he's gone. Chinmay, Satyan, Shivansh, Rajat, again, 7th page. Habibullah, Manisha, Nikhil, Manashi. Manisha Day has been away. Manashi or Manashi? Manisha, I don't know. Manashi, I think.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो क्या बात है, आप अपना वीडियो भी ऑन नहीं कर रही हैं?
नहीं सर, मैंने ऑन किया था। आज बहुत नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, इसीलिए बार बार ऑफलाइन हो रहा पड़ता है।
अच्छा, ऑफ हो रहा है, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं। आई मिस्ड इट। निखिल, मनीषा सिंह, दीपक, जयलक्ष्मी, कपिल, ललिता, शिवालिका, कपिल कोई प्रॉब्लम? रजत, नवीन, गुड इवनिंग। देवी दत्ता, पूजा, NCL Pune. Now she has been avoiding my call all this while. Pooja, are you there?
Yes,
पूजा,
sir.
हाँ, तो क्या दिक्कत है? इतनी देर से मैं आपका नाम बोल रहा हूँ, कहाँ थी? सच सच
Sir,
बताना।
no, sir, I have turned it on.
अभी किया आपने? जस्ट
Sir,
नाउ?
previously also.
अच्छा, किया था। ऑल राइट, आई
Yes.
मिस। ऑल राइट, ऑल राइट। शिवांश, शिवांश आपको भी मैं काफी देर से बुला रहा हूँ, शिवांश सक्सेना। And Kavya, Rajkiran, Shivani, I'm on 8th page now. I have to go up to 12 pages. And what do I do? I mean, if you're not going to follow my suggestion. Shalini, Shubham, Pranjal, Lalit, keep your mic switched off unless you're making a point for the class. All right, Prashita, I can understand. Rajkiran, all right. Vikash, Kavya is there? Okay, Saloni, that's fine. Sahil, Shivani.
Sir, Habibullah from IIM Jammu.
All right, welcome. Vikas, Venkatraman.
Yes, sir. I started a video from.
Okay, Sahil and Shivani, you are
Good
not
evening,
there.
sir. I'm reaching here.
Sahil, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Sir,
Okay.
actually, I have connected through my phone also.
All right, no problem. That's
Yeah.
fine. You can do that.
Hello,
That's
sir.
perfectly fine. Shivani?
Hello, sir. I am here.
No, शिवानी का माइक बंद है लेकिन म्यूट नहीं। आपने वीडियो ऑन नहीं किया ना शिवानी?
Sir, my video is on.
तो फिर एक और शिवानी है ना,
Okay, sir.
पेज नंबर 8 पर। How do we know? She has not put her institute's name. Shivani on page 8. If you go to page 8 on the left hand side, you will find her name in the fourth list, fourth line. अभी second number पर है। Shivani, are you there? Ask to unmute. Shivani? What do you suggest? I mean, those who are not responding and are probably not there, what should I do? Should I remove them? What's your advice?
Sir, I'm Nitika Sharma from IIM Jammu.
आपका ठीक है, जो नहीं है उनकी बात कर रहा हूँ, जो नहीं है वो तो बोलेंगे कैसे? प्रसन्नजीत?
Sir, Shalini from CSIO.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I am available, but my video is not working, sir.
All right, not a problem. Sudipta Nayak?
Good evening, sir.
You're there? Sudipta Nayak?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, actually, I am in the tour, so I am returning from the forest now. So it's quite impossible to
But we
switch
can
off.
see your forest. We can see the forest. The whole class can see your forest. If you wish to show us, not a bad idea.
Sir, actually, I am within the.
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. That's fine. Somebody is echo. चलिए, कोई बात नहीं. That's fine.
Hello, good evening, sir. Saroj Sharma this side.
Okay, काव्या नहीं है, बहुत देर से काव्या का नाम ले रहा हूँ. और शिवानी, second शिवानी is not there. Pratim, Ankita, Kainath, Latafat, ACSI, WII, Wildlife Institute.
Good evening, sir. Savita Sahu from here.
That's okay. Priyanka, Arya, Gurjeet, are you there?
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I'm there, but my video camera is not working.
कोई बात नहीं, तो एक वो कर दो ना, एक चैट में डाल दो. I'm there, and so I
Yes,
will.
sir. I have written it.
Acha, you have written? Maybe I missed. I'm trying to clear coordinate all of those things, but it's all right. Shubham is okay. Now we come to the 10th page. Samsung. Now, what is the name of Samsung? Samsung is your phone model. ये कौन है? Samsung 146B. आपको कहा था ना कि नाम डालो अपना और इंस्टीट्यूट का नाम डालो, फिर भी आपने फोन का नाम मॉडल डाला हुआ है यहाँ पर. कौन है ये Samsung SME? चेंज योर नेम. Samsung. सैमसंग फोन होल्डर, मोटोरोला भी है। मोटोरोला का क्या करूं मैं, बताओ? आई डोंट वांट टू टॉक टू मोटोरोला कंपनी। कौन है यहाँ पर मोटोरोला मोटो? Put your name there, rename yourself. There's an option. You can do that. Samsung, you can do that. Rename yourself. Nidhi, Neha, Yashwani. AM Gauss is not there for a long time. I've
Sir,
been
I
calling.
am here only. My video is not working.
क्या नाम?
Sir, Yashwini.
यशवनी, ठीक है। और ये AM Gauss कहाँ है? He has not put his institute name, so I don't know which institute he's from. Any one of you knows him, then please call him. Nidhi Sharma, Neha Verma. We have spent 15 minutes. I won't take more
Hello,
time.
sir. I have dropped a message.
All right, all right. Okay. Let me go to 11th page. Ajay Kumar Kyot. Preeti is trying. Audio is trying. Anjali Vidram. Satyendra Bishal. Diksha Chaudhary. Priyamvada. Priyamvada is trying to join. Ramanand Sagar. Ramanand Sagar. Tarun Nalamili. Souvik.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Tarun, you are there?
Ramanand Sagar.
Acha, Ramanand. Okay, Ramanand Sagar is okay. Shama Jain. All right. Somebody's mic is double mic on in same room. If you are 2 or 3 of you are sitting in one room, then please don't switch on your mics, all of you. That will create problem. Only one mic at a time in one location.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. क्या नाम तुम्हारा? कहाँ हो? I'm not able to see your name blinking. Okay, let me see on 12th page. Rumaisa, Naresh, Sukanta, Janardhan, Umasharan, Sonali,
Good evening,
Rajendra,
sir.
Nisha.
Good evening, sir.
नाम बोलो अपना.
Sir,
Please speak up your name. I can't see. Otherwise, which name is voice coming from? Sometime maybe on another page.
Good evening, sir.
Lalit
Urvashi
Kumar is
from
also
CSIR
present.
Chandigarh.
Okay. Vijay Chaudhary, Sukant, Anjali, Manji, Monalin, Priya Maurya, Kirti, Parul Sen, Dehradun.
Sir, Lalit Kumar.
Lalit Kumar is okay.
Yes.
WI
Good evening,
team,
sir.
can
I'm
you call?
Kanupriya
कहाँ से बच्चे?
from CSIO, sir.
CSIR, which institute?
CSIO, Chandigarh.
CSIO, all right.
Sir, Lalit
Fine.
Kumar from NPL, Delhi. CSIR NPL.
Okay. My suggestion is, those of you who know their class fellows, and if you find them not responding, please call them and request them.
Good evening, sir. I am Priyanka Arya
Hello,
from CSIR.
I am Prasad.
Chandigarh.
Okay, Prasad.
Sir, I am RK.
I am from the CSIR ICT, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, good.
Sir, am I audible? Urvashi from CSIR Chandigarh.
Very good, Urvashi. I can hear you.
Sir, I am audible. I am Sumit Rajput from CSI Chandigarh.
All right, but there are many on the last few pages who video is not on now. Poonam Gupta, Vijay, Vishal Gadge, Pooja Kumari, WII, Prashant Kumar, WII, Prashant Kumar, CSIO.
Good evening,
Sir,
sir.
Monica.
Poonam Gupta from NCL.
Okay, one at a time.
Good evening, sir. I'm Benita from CSIR City.
Very good. Harita, Kaushal, Akshay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Navonita from CSIR CDCRI.
Okay, Kolkata, that's fine. I've been to your lab. Anamika Bora.
Hello, good evening, sir. I am Kaushal Kisi. Sir, I am Kaushal. I am to Bhubaneswar, sir.
Good. Now, there are many who are still not able to respond. I will leave them. I don't want to take anyone more longer, but my request to all of you.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes,
Good evening, sir. This is Pritam Das from ICT, CSI ICT.
Okay, good.
Hello, good evening, sir.
All right. Now we will start.
I am Vishnu Kumar Padi from
No more. No, don't speak your names anymore. Just put on the chat those of you who came late or who joined late or who have listened to my message about switching on video late. Any one of these conditions kindly put your name on the chat. That's enough. So I know that for some reason you are not able to switch on your video. Okay, so what shall we do today? There are three things that we want to accomplish. One is the unmet needs that you identified. I and Anamika made a short list of some of them, but I'm sure there are some we have missed. So don't think that if we do not list or mention some of the unmet needs that you have pointed out, that yours is not important. You can always raise hand or you can ask to be heard, and we will like to hear you. Second thing is that I've also picked up a few examples from the last batch, 2022. And there were four things which came very frequently last year. One was, of course, lab waste. Large number of you felt that lab waste was not disposed of properly. I do not know if this problem has been solved, but if not, then this problem is a serious problem. It is not a social unmet need. It is a keep your phone mute. Keep your phone mute. Keep it mute. कौन है ये? Keep it mute. Keep it mute. So that was one problem, but that was important problem, but not an institutional problem, not a social problem. Second was, of course, mental health, which has come out this time also as a very serious problem that large number of you have mentioned, of scholars. But of course, it is equally true in the families outside the institute. A large number of young people and children are going through mental stress. And most of the time, they don't know. Sometimes they know. But when somebody is facing a stress, their behavior need not be rational, and one should allow some margin for that kind of a behavior. So one should not mind if there is a bit of eccentricity sometimes, but because they may not know that the things are working that way. So it's a very serious issue that many of you have pointed out. And I think this is an area where some of you, not all of you, some of you who have mentioned this could do a survey research and come out with reasonable solutions, both institutionally or interinstitutionally. But this is important. If you are not mentally healthy, you won't remain physically healthy, and then your work will suffer. So obviously, I would wish all of you to be extremely healthy and happy, and that's very important. Who is this person? Iqbal Bande? Who is Iqbal Bande? Is he in our student?
Meanwhile, I have a suggestion. If you see the unmet needs sheet, I can share. Most of you have given very vague or not so. Some of the needs they are there, but they cannot be solved technologically. So, because we want this class to be a class of doers and achievers rather than just thinkers and philosophers, we will ask you to revisit the sheet and share the needs that you can do. There is a technological gap in some sense. Some of them could be maybe solved by a machine. Some of them could be by a policy or by a more of a social or a behavioral thing. I'll show you just. Yeah. Point is that these unmet needs will later be like you can see them, you can visit them and see if you want to work on one of them as a project, or we can send it to other students all over the country who would like to do something about them. I will show. I am just I'm not showing the names, but just see. unmet need. I'll show you maybe from, okay. So like recycling of used tire, burnt oil, this is still more or less something specific. Now like something like or nutrition, or rural development, actually not find the problem. Are you getting
State the point that Anamika made. So let us say many of you have talked about water quality. No, that is not a specific unmet need. A specific unmet need be, let us take an example of Dhimaji in Assam. In Dhimaji, water has high iron content, and you need a filter which will work in Dhimaji, because there is no point in giving a filter of iron content to the region where the iron content is not high. Now, this is a location-specific, community-specific problem which needs solution. Unless we define problem very specifically, as Anamika is suggesting, our solutions will not meet somebody's unmet need. Similarly, if somebody talks about arsenic, then you know there are certain regions where arsenic is in a water problem, eastern part. And filters for that region may have been developed, but we still do not have a safe disposal system of the filtrate. That means the arsenic or arsenate. So therefore, this problem is there. When you put the waste back into the soil, it again goes into the soil and the groundwater. Then what is the problem? We have not solved the problem. So we have not, even when we have filters, we have not solved the problem of collecting the filtrate, and the result is same problem continues. So we want very specific problem. And I'm going to continue if you want more suggestions.
Are you getting me? See, this we can arrive at a solution only when we have defined the problem properly. Most of you are doing your thesis. If you do not give a hypothesis or something concrete, what will you research on, right? So idea is revisit them, make some specific, like identify. There are many. I'm very sure that there are some at home, there are some at the community, there are some at your lab itself. Maybe some of one of the chemical may be very toxic and you don't have a proper disposal system or something like that. How can you make a safety procedure to be so that it can be disposed of properly, or it does not harm anybody, or it does not harm the environment, something like that maybe. Or sometimes, like last year, as in the first class, we had shared about the paint from silica. Now the unmet need was that there was a lot of rice husk and ashes going around. Rice husk was abundantly available, but there was no proper or high value use to it, right? So you'll have to think about an unmet need, which can be to some extent. We're not asking you for doing an innovation right now or thinking of a solution, but the problem statement should be precise, comprehensive, and understandable. Something which can be solved, something which we can understand, that only that can be solved, right? If you just give me a problem of job or unemployment, this is a very big problem. And not only in India, many countries in the world. Now, how do we generate job? Are you trying to make an app or something for a particular profile? क्योंकि जॉब तो हर किसी को चाहिए. आप MA कर रहे हैं, चाहे MSc कर रहे हैं, चाहे PhD कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं. Job is something that everybody needs. Now, how will we solve, we as a class of maybe 400, 500 students, how will we solve them? So this course was designed for a particular amount of a period of time. We want to take some of them later to be developed into your, to develop them into your projects. Or if you don't want to work, maybe your juniors will like to work. And also, because like professor is sharing the examples from last year, be sure that your examples will be shared next year. तो अपने juniors को जो दिखाना है वही share करो. Otherwise, अगर हम juniors को दिखाएंगे कि ऐसे ऐसे दिखाए तो वो भी confused रहेंगे, and our goals will never be met. Right? Right now, even if there is no solution, just define the problem, if possible in a modular way.
Switch off
तो बहुत
your
खुश
mic.
हो।
Switch off your mic. Who is
हाँ,
it?
इकबाल अभी बहुत खुश है, वो हम सबको पता है, लेकिन अगर आप लोग अनमेट नीड्स अच्छे से देंगे तो हम सब खुशी मनाएंगे।
Now let
We
me give
all
some
will be
illustrations.
happy.
Yeah, some illustrations from the current batch, current stream list. Arun, you have talked about a very important problem that all of us recognize, and since Anamika is involved in a startup little Himalayan company for helping the communities in the Himalayan region, it is all the more reason that when consumers consume product, they know that there is no pesticide residue. Now, you have suggested that there should be paper strip test, isn't it? Arun, can you speak up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Now, you have given this problem, which is very, very relevant. All of us wish that we had a paper strip set under which we can look at organophosphates or different groups of pesticide, and just one strip will give us an idea whether that pesticide group is present or not in the food. But how much it is present is a different matter. But your strip should measure, let us say, the quantity which is above the threshold level, correct? Above the safe level. Now,
Yes,
such
sir.
a strip is needed. How many of you feel that we need this? Just raise your hand, either on the video or otherwise. We can do a poll also. Let us just, Anamika, can you set up a poll? Yes or no? How many need? Just set up a poll. Last time the suggestion came last class.
Sir,
That we
the
should-
host, the host will have the right. I was trying to do for the attendance as well,
So
but
what do I
the
do?
host, रागी या ध्यानेश जो भी हो,
मैं चेक करती हूँ। हाँ।
मीटिंग के सेटिंग्स में आएगा,
हाँ।
लॉगिन कर मीटिंग के सेटिंग्स में आएगा।
All right. So now many of you are from Chemical Institute. Some of you are from Mechanical Institute. Some of you are from Electronics. Shangamla, where are you from? Which institute? No, your mic is off.
ICMR RMRC, sir, Dibrugarh.
Okay, so you are from very relevant. You know even the consequences of pesticide residues, I'm sure, in the ICMR Institute. Now, Priyanka, where are you from? You have not put your institute name in the label of your name. Priyanka? I don't see. Okay. If this is a problem, how would you suggest? Can we have an interinstitutional group to work on it? At least for one or two major groups of pesticide, if not for all. Is it possible to make an interinstitutional group? Some of you had asked this question in the first class, and I would say yes. So, Abhishek, are you willing to be part of such a group? And Satish, are you? Now, put your head down, and only those people should raise hand who want to make a group with Arun to solve this problem, because it's such an important problem. And I'm sure if you make a beginning, as Anamika suggested, some other people may take it forward as a COCO model, relay model. In a few years' time, we will really have a solution. And this solution will be a universal solution. Everybody in the world needs it. So, Nikhil, you want to join this group? Yes or no?
Hanifa will do, I think. Hanifa, I just saw your hand.
No, but are you raising hand to become partner with Arun? Bhavna?
I think so. They are doing it
पता नहीं,
after
पहले वाला
we
हाथ
dinner.
रेज है अभी, the second time को. Bhavna, is this for becoming a member of the group, or is it your preference for the problem to be solved?
This is for the preference for the problem in the group.
I did. So lower down your hand. Lower down your hand. All those who were talking about the importance of the problem, lower down your hand. And we now want, Nikhil, आप भी अपना नीचे कर दीजिए हाथ. Sonam, switch, bring your Kanupriya. We only need those hands now who want to join the group with Arun. Anybody from NCL, ICT, because you are from chemical technology, and we need people from chemistry, and perhaps in some cases electronics, if you want to make electronic sensor. Arun, how do you suggest? Why don't you motivate others to join your group if you are serious? Arun?
Yes, sir.
Make your pitch, Arun.
You have to make a pitch. You have to tell people how important this problem is and why they should join
Yes.
you. Bolo?
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. We are situated near Delhi, sir, in Delhi NCR, and most importantly, last week we had a sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, sorry for this.
Raj, I understand. It's all right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sir. Sorry for interruption.
No problem.
Well, sir, in Delhi NCR and in Panipat, Haryana, as well as in the outskirts of Rajasthan nearby Delhi, we find that most of the leafy vegetables and other vegetables are grown in the industrial wastewater.
Very true. Very true. And many of you may not know that sometimes people wash the medicine with certain pesticide solutions to give a shine to them, to give a color to them. Brinjal is one of them. So, Satyendra, do you want to join this group? To join with Arun? Satyendra?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
I am from CSIR NML, sir.
Okay.
So,
Bhuvneshwar.
Arun, you can drop your email here, and
Huh.
those who want to partner with you will drop an email, will write to you.
Yes, that's a good thought. So we'll move forward. But this is a very important problem and a good example of an unmet need, which all of us, at least I would say most of us, if not all of us, I feel, and Amrika also feels that we would wish that this problem is solved. Satyendra also feels the same way. Other hand, we are not seeing just now, but I'm sure some of you are a passive participant in this problem. Let me go to the next one.
Chat, we have Surya or Triya, Nenavat, Swati.
Very nice, very nice. And both of them are from IICT. Two of them are from IICT. So Arun has put his email, arunsharma1712@gmail.com. Nevat and Triya, can you put a mail to him? Satyendra, you can also put a mail to him. Mark a copy to Anamika or me, or either of us. You can mark a copy. That's fine. One of us will be good enough. Satyendra also has put his email. So Arun, now start forming a group. And let us hope that, and if you need any help, please let us know. If you need some mentor, we will find some mentor from Central Insecticide Board if you want, or somewhere else if you need. We can find some people who can guide you if you do not have them around you. All right. Now we come to the next example of Rakesh. Rakesh, you have pointed out a very important problem too, and this is a problem which has a $1 million or $1 billion implication for Indian economy, agrarian economy. And while you have mentioned broadly precision farming, but what we need is, and what many developed countries have, is a set of sensors which in a grid-to-grid manner measure the micronutrient and nutrient levels in each grid. So let us say I have a 1 acre field. I divide it into 100 grids of say 5 meter or 2 meter, and then or 10 meter, whatever. And then each grid I get the value of micronutrients and macronutrient. And then I design a dispenser which will move on that field and dispense the nutrients only as much as are required. So it's like this, that if I have a small boil on my arm and I put the medicine on the entire arm, that is wastage. But that's what farmers are doing. So Rakesh, would you like to say anything more? Rakesh? Rakesh, you raised this problem. He's there in the class or not? I don't know, but you have in your list spreadsheet, you mentioned this. Are you there? nahi hai. All right, doesn't matter, but it's an important problem. If any one of you want to work your own group. Ujjwal, yes, Ujjwal, bolo.
सर मैं जस्ट ये मतलब ये जो आपने प्रिसीजन फार्मिंग पे बात करी है तो आपने अभी जो एग्जांपल दिया आपने एग्जांपल सेट करा सर आई जस्ट वांटेड टू नो कि बेसिकली आई एम फ्रॉम बिहार तो हमारे यहाँ क्या गांव में ना खेती जो होती है इतने बड़े लेवल पे होती नहीं है इस चीज को मतलब हाउ वी कैन इम्प्लीमेंट कि इस तरीके से उनको
You
पिच
can
किया
have a
जाए
bullock drawn, you can have a bullock guys which will move in the field, and for every 10 meter, it will give you the value row by row of the nutrients, and it will remember the longitude and latitude within the limits of the precision. And then when you get the whole value of the field, at least you can divide it into maybe not 10-meter part, maybe 50-meter part or 20-meter part section, and at least save a lot of nutrient which is going waste when you're applying the same dose to all the parts when they are not equally deficient. This is the point. A lot of fertilizer is being wasted because we are applying the same quantity all over the field. As you know, Joel, that when the low-lying areas of the field are richer in nutrient because water will leach and drain the nutrient to the lower side of the field. When water drains out, nutrient also drain out. With the help of the bund, the nutrients stay in the field many times and the water goes over. So part of the field, same amount of fertilizer as in so it is possible to divide 6 part, 10 part, depending upon how precise one wants to become. That is possible. Ujjwal, even a small farmer can, and in fact, small farmer can benefit more because for them the cost matters more.
Sir, actually, I just wanted to convey something. You, मैंने precision farming पे काफी मतलब रिसर्च करी है. मेरा एक फ्यूचर गोल है शायद प्रिसीजन फार्मिंग का. बट ना मैं बिहार के जो प्रॉपर जो रूरल जो गांव के विलेजेस हैं वहां के किसान को फार्मर को ना इस चीज के लिए पिच करना इट्स क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट. मतलब मैंने काफी बात करी है. जैसे मान लो
उज्जवल ऐसा मत बोलो. देयर आर मेनी पीपल. One of our student, Kaushlendra, he is working with 3,000 very small, less than 1 acre farmers outside of Patna, from where he sources the vegetables and sells them in the city. He has been running this enterprise for many years. He was our student at AME. So he can give you the data of 3,000 farmers, 3,000 families, right near Patna. So don't worry about the data. The data will be there from the people who are working with the farmers. You don't have to generate this data. Question is now, how do we become precise? All right.
Precision farming उनकी है ना एक सर की है ना.
सुधीर बोलो.
अनु सर ने दिया ना ये फार्मिंग वाला.
Sudhir, are you saying something?
पहला क्या था अनु सर का?
Sudhir, were you saying something? Anyway, I thought you were talking to somebody else.
Sir.
All right. So I just give this example that if there are people who
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. I am Sayan Chakravarti from Center of Excellence in Farm Machinery. Yes, sir. We already have these. Yes, sir.
I'll mute you.
Sir, am I audible? Hello.
Bolo. Please go ahead. Who was speaking? Who wanted to speak?
Hello. Yes,
Bolo,
am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Sir, I am from Center of Excellence in Farm Machinery, CSIR, same year, right?
Yeah.
So we do have those implements which can जो micronutrients measure कर सकते हैं as well as NPK भी कर सकते हैं. सर ये दो टाइप से होता है. ग्रीन सीकर्स जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है और जो हाइपर स्पेक्ट्रल इमेजिंग होता है उससे होता है. बट सर पॉइंट इज इसको कम कॉस्ट में बनाना इज द बॉटलनेक. बिकॉज जैसा बिहार से बोला कि फार्मर्स के पास इतना पैसा नहीं होता कि वो अपने लैंड की टेस्टिंग करा सके.
तो मेटेलिक प्रोब बनाओ ना यार. इतने ज्यादा हाइपर स्पेक्ट्रल यूज करेंगे तो मे बी उसके लिए सेंसर्स बहुत सेंसिटिव चाहिए. लेकिन अगर मेटेलिक प्रोब यूज करो तो शायद इट मे बिकम so that may be a easier process. So CMRI, CSIO, you are relevant institutes. If you can join hands, then but it will not be solved if every institute works alone. We need skills which are interdisciplinary. We also need from CRI, somebody from CRI, Central Electronic Engineering Research Institute, Pilani, or somebody from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, somebody who works on sensing signals from either metallic probes or otherwise. But metallic probes, to me, will be robust because they have to operate in a muddy field. And anything which is not robust enough will not work. So anything which is sensitive, too sensitive only for research farm, is not what we need. So you're absolutely right, Sayan. But anyway, this is a problem that I thought was very important. I'll come to third problem. Again, very interesting problem, very relevant problem. Sharkia, are you there? Sharkia Jan? Sharkia, you were there in the class? She talked about a problem of breast cancer. And I want to tell you something about very interesting project for which we gave an award many years ago. And I thought that that product could be taken forward by some of you to make it into a product. So Sharkia, are you there? I would like you to be there in the discussion. Sharkia Jan, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Sharkia, you are from which institute? Anybody know Sharkia? Any of our friend is there in the class? All right. Anyway, I'll mention the problem. So what happens is that some of you who are working in breast cancer or cancer, are there people working in the cancer? On the problem of cancer? Anybody? Okay, Shangmala. So please, as you know that cancerous cell have more sodium ions than potassium ions. And the normal cells have more potassium ions than sodium ions. So what this student did, he made a desktop one piece, then went abroad for postdoc, and the problem did not go further. But we gave an award to him several years ago, 2010, I think, or 9 or 10. And what he did was that he made a visible light sensor which can detect the cancerous cell non-invasively even before they have aggregated. So you know that when the aggregation takes place, clumps are formed, it is too late, actually, relatively speaking, to treat them. But at early stage, cancer is treatable significantly. So it was very interesting insight that he had, that the refraction from the cell which is cancerous is more because it has more sodium ions. And refraction of light from the normal cell is lesser compared to the cancerous cell. So this was the heuristic he used. What I'm trying to say, there are a lot of half-baked bricks of ideas lying at techpedia.in and also at a database that we have at gyan.org, 1 million abundant US patents. You can pick up some of those solutions developed by people in India or abroad, pool them together, and develop extremely frugal and affordable solution. So this problem, I thought, could be very easily taken forward. Whether we develop solution in one group of project this time or not is a different matter, but it's a very serious problem. It affects large number of millions of women it is affecting around the world, and therefore any solution you find will be good. Now I come to a very interesting problem about use of molasses. Who is the one who raised about this molasses problem? Anybody? Who was the one? Molasses problem, who raised it? Anybody in the class? I'll try to search. Who raised molasses problem? Somebody raised the uses of, but it's the fact that a lot of sugar factories, molasses goes waste. Now I will show you a screen and you will realize how many uses we have of molasses. And we have not paid attention to any one of them in our work. So let me see. So this is a simple 9 uses of molasses, and I'll just quickly go through them so that you can see.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this side Varsha Sharma. I'm working in fermentation division. So our division basically, my guide actually works on this major topics, using waste for production of byproducts of products or metabolites from microorganisms.
He has used molasses also. Molasses, which is a byproduct of sugar process.
Actually, sir, हमारा जो काम है वो waste to wealth के ऊपर ही होता है, तो हम लोग different.
तो एक काम करो ना, molasses के uses मालूम है आपको क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? Anybody in the class? Uncommon use of molasses? Just give me one example, 1 or 2. Not that you can use it for sugar and things. Those are common uses. High mineral content, high mineral syrup होता है ये. हाँ बोलो. Anybody?
Sir, ethanol production, sir.
Huh? Ethanol, okay, that's well known. Anything else? So let me show you this. Hair conditioning is done by the molasses. It's very good for hair conditioning. Energy bars are well known. Menstrual cramp relief, and for women particularly, only for women, of course, this is very useful because it has high iron content. So during the menstrual process, if you take this, it can help you to overcome the cramps which are caused by low iron during menstruation. So it's a very good solution, very low cost solution. Of course, sauces and glazes, then face wash. Now, I never knew that you can use it as a face wash, but it was also a trusted source of relief for molasses as a skin cleansing property. It can help in acne, eczema, rosacea, and many others. Then it is also good as a digestive relief. You can take a tea or something with molasses. Joint pain, arthritis, it will help because research suggests that in swollen joint, it is rich in calcium and iron, and it promotes good bone and health, tissue health. Sweetener, of course, which is very obvious. Cookies, very obvious, and so on. So the reason I wanted you to look at this as a source of alternative uses was because, let me stop it, that we can find new uses of low cost, low value waste products and generate a lot of jobs in our economy. And at the same time, those of you who have gone to the areas near sugar factory, you know that a lot of smell comes from the sugar factory region because of, Richa, you are right, because of the fermentation and putrefaction of the molasses, which is sometimes thrown away by the sugar factories in the region around them. So there is, first of all, a useful resource is being wasted. And secondly, the price at which people want to buy maybe not enough for the sugar factories to get into this business or others to get into business. But nevertheless, if you make high value product, then the transportation of this liquid. So this is a very important unmet need in North India, Western UP and sugarcane region in parts of Maharashtra. It's a serious problem, causes a lot of foul smell and pollution, and can be easily helped. Now, one of you has mentioned about mosquito repellent and the chemical they use. I'm using a repellent just now in my room, all out, and many of these have chemicals which are not safe for us. So the person concerned, I don't remember the name, has suggested the use of different kinds of herbal ingredients. Of course, we all know about lemongrass, we all know about basil. These are well known, but there are also less known plant that he mentioned. Is there a person, that person is in the class? The one who mentioned about mosquito repellent chemicals? Are you in the class? It's a good example. I'm picking a few examples, and I will like to invite you to pick up your examples and speak up. I'll take one or two more examples and then left you. Now, one of you from Wildlife Institute, maybe Prerna is there in the class? She mentioned an interesting problem about sustainable extraction of medicinal plant. Prerna, are you there? Prerna, are you there? Maybe not, or I'm not able to hear her voice. So what Prerna suggested is a very important problem which Ayush system and the Ayurvedic system, the medicinal plant system, herbal system have not found any solution. The problem is, how do we extract the plant roots, tubers, clumps, bark, leaf, or any other part of the plant in a sustainable manner, which means the rate of regeneration of that plant is higher than the rate of extraction. So if we have collected, let's say, 10 kg of plant material from 1 hectare, next year there should be 20 kg growth or 15 kg growth so that it becomes sustainable. Even if some goes waste, we can still extract without losing the species or without losing the diversity. Now, the protocols for extracting sustainably have not been developed properly for various medicinal plants. And those of you who are interested in this field know almost 80 to 90% of the plants are collected from wild. Less than 20% is cultivated, less than 15% is cultivated. So it's a serious problem. After some years, you will not get any of those plants and your medicines will not show effect because they will not have genuine plants. So anybody who is interested in this problem, this will be a good project to work on. What are the sustainable extraction protocol? Anybody wants to work on this problem from NBRI or CDRI or CMAP or
Sir,
MMM?
without
Anybody?
chemicals हम लोग माइक्रोवेव वगैरह के
IIM?
थ्रू कर सकते हैं एक्सट्रैक्शन.
Think about this. It's a very important problem to us.
Sir,
So then
माइक्रोवेव
last
असिस्टेड
example I
भी
want
कर
to take
सकते हैं.
is, again, just randomly picked up a few examples. Yes, go ahead.
सर, माइक्रोवेव असिस्टेड भी हम लोग एक्सट्रैक्शन कर सकते हैं. वो केमिकल्स के थ्रू नहीं होता.
No,
तो ये
sorry.
भी
I was talking about extraction from the field. How do you extract plants from the field, from the forest? That is what I was mentioning. Sustainable extraction meaning when you excavate, when you pull out the plant from the field, how should you do? Should you, if there are 5 clumps in one place, should you take all the 5 in one place and leave all the 5 in the next place? Or should you take 2 out of 5 in one place and 2 out of 5 in another place? Which will be more sustainable? Whether disturbance to the clumps will make the grass or the seedlings to the plant regenerate faster or poorer? We don't know that. Somebody will have to do research on that. So that is what Varsha I was referring to, not the phytochemical extraction in the lab. But that also is very important, but I was referring to the field extraction. The last example that I want to take up is last 2 examples. One is replacement for cement. Now, how were our houses or buildings or forts built before cement was invented? Anybody? Anybody from CBRI or any other institute? What material were we using when we made those forts which are still lasting?
Sir, brick dust.
Huh?
Bamboo.
Sir, brick dust, sir.
Brick dust?
Yes, sir. So we call it in Bihar, sir, surki. There they mix lime, brick dust, and molasses together, and they make the cement, which is a subordinate of Portland cement.
Okay, this was one. In Bihar also you have Buddhist stupas. And if you have cared to see the bricks of that time, 2000-year-old bricks from Buddhist period, have you noticed any other ingredient in that brick?
Limestone.
Limestone, of course, he has mentioned. Anything else? Anybody?
Jaggery was also used in Maharashtra.
Jaggery was also used. And what else?
The local mud that is available, red mud.
But what did they mix in that mud to make the joint strong, last for 2000 years? For 2000 years, these stupas have been there in rain, storm, lightning, everything, and they have not degraded. You still can find those bricks intact and those structures intact for 2000 years. Today, our structures don't last even for 50 years, the cement. So obviously, our society knew about this. What were they using at that time? There was no cement at that time. Lime, right? What else? Clay, mud, yes.
So were they also using dal?
Yes, you're right, Manisha. How did you know that?
So because the building in FRI in Dehradun is also one of the constituent of the building is also dal, masoor ki dal.
Manisha, you have good observation.
Manisha, are you from FRI?
Dal also used in
No, ma'am. I'm from Wildlife Institute of India in Dehradun itself, but it's a sister wing of FRI. So, and the building is very renowned and very famous for its architecture. So that's why I kind of knew that.
Studied in FRI, so that's why she knows that.
Dal and sira also used in Taj Mahal.
Sorry, Lalit?
Dal and sira. I don't know what we say. But sira just जो गुड़ होता है.
Kind of a molasses. Yes.
So Taj Mahal में use किया गया.
Molasses, incidentally, are the chief constituent of soy sauce.
Sorry, Anamika. Can you
Soy
repeat?
sauce ka chief constituent, it can replace many other constituents in soy sauce.
नहीं, but we
तो
were
डार्क
talking
सोया
about.
सॉस खाते नहीं, मैं इसके मोलासेस आया इसीलिए बोला. Last time
अच्छा,
you're saying the
हाँ.
uses of molasses.
नहीं, but अभी we were discussing कि सीमेंट का जो replacement है
Yes,
उसमें
sir.
क्या क्या materials हैं. One of the material just now she rightly mentioned, Manisha mentioned, is pulses. You are absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
Pulses, अब उसका chemistry मुझे समझना है. I don't know, some of you might know better as to what properties it adduces to the mixture such that these structures can remain intact. And you know what is important? Urad dal, yes, Priya. The important thing is that these bricks can be used after 2000 years, whereas today when you use cement, the bricks becomes unfit for use. It goes to landfill, unfortunately. And there's nothing like landfill. These are all low-lying water bodies which are filled up with this material. So these bricks are non-reusable, but those bricks made 2000 years ago or 1500 years ago are reusable. One can still use them. They're intact. Their integrity is intact. So I would strongly urge somebody to look at this issue of ancient building materials of our country, and can some of them be revived at low cost in a eco-specific manner. That means in regions where there's more rainfall, we will need a different kind of cementing material, not cement, but cementing material, adhesive. In areas like less temperature, more humidity, we need a different material. So these will not be uniform materials all over the country. There'll be different kinds of material, but these materials will be weather or climate resilient and tolerant. So it's a good project. Is that person in the class who talked about replacement of cement? Anamika, can you search in this spreadsheet? I don't know there is about. I mean, if we can find out then that the student is there, then he should or speak up. Anybody in the class who mentioned this problem? Now I will stop here and let us now go to the presentation by you all. These were just a few examples which I picked up and some examples which Anamika picked up. Our purpose was to highlight the value of this session where we are really looking at some unmet need, but those unmet needs have solution. I mean, if we take very broad general problem, as Anamika mentioned in the beginning, well, these are very large problem, will require huge policy effort, and probably as a student, you may not be able to solve them, but some you can solve. There was a talk about personal genomic analysis. Now we have a data of 70 grandmothers, social data, socioeconomic data, and we also have saliva-based genomic analysis data from mapmygenome.com, Anu Acharya's company. Now, if somebody is interested in that work, who mentioned this? IICB student? I didn't forget to write the name. Somebody from IICB mentioned this problem about Aditya. Aditya, are you there? Aditya, are you in class? Aditya, what happens today? All the students whose name I'm picking up, whose ideas I picked up, are not in the class, most of them. That's very unfortunate. Anybody from IICB? Anybody else from IICB? Nobody? All right, if there is nobody, we will write to that person and tell him that we picked up his problem. Idea was that if some of you are interested in genomic and want to do something socially relevant, then here is a case where we have data of centenarian, mothers, grandmothers and grandpas, but more grandmothers. Grandmothers live longer than grandpa, or 90 to 100 year. And we have taken their data, saliva in a swab, which Map My Genome lab analyzed and put down different sequences for which different probabilities they identified of health parameters. So if somebody is willing to analyze this data of genomics of individuals to get into this whole issue of how to get into personal medicine or personal diagnosis, that will be very interesting. We are looking for people with that kind of skill to work with us and process this data meaningfully. Anybody interested in genomics could write to us, and we'll be happy to share the data, both social and the genomic. All right, now let's invite all of you to the time. We will not take a long break today. We will only have 5-minute break. But before we go on a break, I want to set the agenda for the second part of the class, where I'll show you, or maybe I should show you that and then break the class. There is a very interesting example how Gandhiji addressed this problem. And I want to show you how did he face the problem that he was facing. How did he solve this problem? Let me, so not this one, just a minute. Just 1 second, let me make it full screen, then probably it will come easily. So this is an example where one particular unmet need that Gandhiji identified in 1920, how did he go about solving it? And he ultimately had to do some inventions himself, and I will show you those examples too. But let us see what slowly the small history of this problem. So in 1916, Vinoba Bhave, who was an accomplice of Gandhiji, did a study of finding out how much earning would people make if they use spinning wheel for 8 hours. And he found that maximum earning per day of a person cannot be more than 2 anna. Gandhiji realized that with 2 anna per day, poverty cannot be eliminated ever. They will remain poor. So the challenge was how to improve it. So he announced a challenge to design an improved charkha. In 1920, Magan Lal Gandhi, lab in charge at the ashram, wrote in February 25 issue that this time the sending machine expires 31st March. Gandhiji will be judge. An amount was only 5,000 rupees. Not much response. 6 ideas came. Then again on April 7, they again announced Sialkot and many other 2 people were given more time. Gandhiji was frustrated. So mind you, 1920 until 1928, for about 9 years, no solution is found. What do Gandhiji do? If you were in his place, what would you do? Anybody? 9 saal lag gaye. He has spent 9 years. Problem is not getting solved. He's not getting good design of spinning wheel. If you were in his place, what would you do? Anybody? Please speak up. Baswaraj, Ravi Shinde, anybody? बोलिए भाई क्या करेंगे आप? What will you do?
Sir, good evening, sir. I will try to use the another technology to complete that task.
So what kind of technology will you use?
Just I don't know, but at that time, one thing.
Okay, so there is a process that we have to use. So what did he do? On 24th July 1929, he announced an award of 7,700 pounds. Earlier, the award was only 5,000 rupees. 5,000 was not enough to induce people to experiment. So 7,700 pounds means 1 lakh rupees of that time. Today, it will be almost 10 crore or more. And he announced this award, And if you read the conditions that he announced in the challenge award, how much will be the weight? A lady while working on it or gent should not get tired. What will be the count of the thread? It should have high quality thread, 22 to 28 counts. It should also be easy to move around. Repair should not be more than 25% of the cost, low cost, etc., etc. He gave all those conditions. Those of you who are interested, I'll mail you that announcement. And then this is what happens. He develops, in fact, he himself worked on this as well because the available designs were not so good. So 1931, from 29, he announces the award. In 2 years, he could solve the problem, which he could not solve for 10 years, 9 to 10 years, by a challenge award and interdisciplinary research. So this was very easy, low cost, easy to manage, wouldn't tire the person so much, portable. It met almost all the conditions that he had put down. So what I'm trying to say is that one of the ways in which we can solve problem with challenge award and collaboration. People work together. That's why I want you to think of making groups across labs wherever you can. And we have already thought about one group today. But after the break, 5-minute break only, don't switch off your system. Don't go away, just stretch yourself, take a glass of water, do some little exercise, stay there, just 5 minutes. We are at 6:41 and we will come at 6:46 or 6:47, 6:47, let us say. We will discuss 2 more things. One, your example that you want to discuss, which have not come up in the discussion so far. And second, we will look at some other opportunities of unmet need where your skills will be very useful. As I mentioned, Anamika is working in Baramulla, Sikkim, and Nagaland, and there are many challenges there. I'll mention to them some of those challenges. There are abundant resources and there are abundant resources. Resources which are not being used or resources which are available in plenty but not being used. Both the cases. Some of you may like to work, those who are interested in natural plant chemistry may be interested in that. There are also physical problems, of course. We are now trying to work on use of drones for transporting goods in Himalayan region. Rwanda used drones for transporting blood for emergency use or for delivery of children, infant in 10 years ago. So Rwanda was 10 years ahead of us. He's still 10 years ahead of us. We are still experimenting. We have not even developed this route of using drones for medical emergencies or for hill areas where distances are long because one has to go through the long route, whereas vertical distance is short. I mean, if you pick up 20 kg product from a village and take it to the road at a higher altitude, it will take a few minutes, whereas by road, it will take longer time, much more fuel, much more time, and damage apart. So naturally, people's life will improve a great deal if we use drones for that kind of purpose. And some of you can find ways in which it will work in such a terrain which is not free, not an open terrain. And at the same time will be safe to detect that we don't get undesirable drones in the region. So there must be easy to scan spectral signature or whatever, so that our defense forces are sure that the drones being used in these areas are our own drones and not the enemy drones. So all these challenges will have to be seen, but that's a very important problem that Northeast and Jammu Kashmir are facing. All right, so we'll have a break now, 6:43. We will meet at 7 o'clock. Sorry, 6:50. 6:50 after 7 minutes, and relax for a while, and then we come back and choose your problem that you want to share, the unmet need that you want to share. See you in 7 minutes. Again, let me see all of you back. Switch on your videos, please. Sangamla, Sonam, Nidhi, yes, Manisha, Nebonita, Rajkishore, Ramakant, Kaushal. Please don't ask me to take name of everybody. Just switch on your videos. Very good. That's nice. Third page, yes, very good. Fourth, good. Fifth, good. Sixth is not so good, but I'm sure they're doing that. Seventh is bad. Not one case. Now, slowly. Umesh, Olivia, Ashwini, you're there? Pooja, Priyanka, Vankudot. Yes, yes, yes. And Priyanshi, Saheli, Ratnesh, Manashi, please.
I'm there.
Yeah, you there? All right. Yes, you guys there? All right. Now, one of you felt that before I invite you to present your examples, a student from Wildlife Institute mentioned that so many pressures are there. How can we do a socially relevant project in this case? So I'll tell you a problem. Our first Shodh Yatra was in 98, formally, in Gir, and we passed through Gir Wildlife Sanctuary, Lion Sanctuary. And in the night, we stayed in the sanctuary, and the lions roared were being heard. And people who were toward the forest side will come and toward the nest. Nest is a place where the livestock rearers stay. And discussion was on whether the people who live in the sanctuary, particularly the livestock rearers, whether they are a solution or a problem for the sanctuary. So one of the pastoralists mentioned very clearly, he said, look, sir, you map the areas where lions spend most time, you map our hutments, and you will find that they are most of the time near our place. If we were a problem, why would they come to us? They will go away from us. And that was a very interesting problem. So many times, Anamika did a study in Bandhavgarh on the tiger reserves about the food they eat and so on. So I think no matter which area are you working, socially relevant problems can be found. And one of the classical problem is what role do communities play in the conservation of wildlife, and how can we strengthen their role so that they're not seen as enemies. So I'm not convinced that there is any discipline where we cannot find a socially relevant problem. We can, and I will be very happy if the person who raised this issue in the spreadsheet would like to revise or revisit the feeling that they said. Now, please raise your hand, those who would like to talk about the unmet need that you feel needs to be discussed, and also where you need help of other students to help you in your project, even from other institutes for that matter. We'll first begin with interdisciplinary problem that require help of more than one lab, and then we'll come to the single lab problems. Go ahead. Anybody who wants to share a problem that you have identified, which needs to be solved, which affects society at large, and has not been met properly, addressed properly. Anybody? Raise hand and start. Or I'll do cold calling if you don't do that. Divya, would you like to share?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
सर एक्चुअली सेफ ड्रिंकिंग वाटर का प्रॉब्लम मैं डिस्कस करना चाहती हूँ.
हाँ.
आई एम वर्किंग इन CSIR NCL पुणे. तो जो एरिया हम चूज कर रहे हैं वो पुणे का कर रहे हैं. तो जैसे अभी दिल्ली में आरओ को बैन करने का डिस्कशन हो रहा है. तो सेम इशू के जो भी मिनरल्स हम ड्रिंकिंग वाटर से लेते हैं, लेकिन अगर हम आरओ यूज कर रहे हैं तो वो मिनरल्स हमें नहीं मिल रहे हैं. और आजकल जो न्यू जनरेशन है उसमें इम्यूनिटी का प्रॉब्लम दिख रहा है हमें.
करेक्ट.
तो उसका क्या कोरिलेशन है कि लाइक अगर TDS 500 से कम है देन हमें आरओ की जरूरत नहीं है.
सही बात.
यस. तो उसके लिए हम और क्या प्रोसेस डेवलप कर सकते हैं. इवन जो भी कंटामिनेशन वाटर है, अभी भी पुणे के कुछ रूरल एरिया में वेल वाटर यूज कर रहे हैं ड्रिंकिंग पर्पस के लिए. बट वहाँ पे जो भी बायोलॉजिकल कंटामिनेशन है वो कितना है, और बायोलॉजिकल कंटेमिनेशन के लिए कोई भी लिमिट नहीं है, वो कंटेमिनेशन 0 ही होना चाहिए। इवन जो भी म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन वर्क कर रहा है वो क्लोरीन यूज कर रहे हैं, एंड अल्टीमेटली कैसे भी हम वो क्लोरीन कंज्यूम ही कर रहे हैं। वो पाइपलाइन से कंटेमिनेशन हटाने के लिए कुछ टाइम के बाद, एक पीरियोडिक टाइम के बाद क्लोरीन का डोज बढ़ा देते हैं। तो उसको हम कैसे टैकल कर सकते हैं? तो सर, माय पीएचडी टॉपिक इज आल्सो ऑन वाटर एंड वेस्ट वाटर ट्रीटमेंट। तो हमने एक स्वास्तिक करके टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप किया, जिसमें जो माइक्रोबियल कंटेमिनेशन है उसको हम ट्रीट कर सकते हैं नेचुरल ऑयल से, जिसमें एंटी माइक्रोबियल प्रॉपर्टीज होती है।
जैसे
लाइक
पोंगामिया या नीम, ऐसा कुछ?
यस सर। सो अजवाइन ऑयल का इफेक्ट हमें सबसे ज्यादा मिला,
वेरी
जो हम
इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी
डेली
इंटरेस्टिंग।
बेसिस पे कंज्यूम करते हैं। इवन
How much?
उसको
How many ml in a liter of water?
सर ओनली 0.1%, इवन 0.05% इज इफेक्टिव।
Okay. So 5 ml in a 50 ml in a liter or 5.5%, no? So 50 ml in a liter, is that right? Am I right?
0.05%.
Sorry?
0.05%.
0.05 will mean 50 ml in a liter, is that right? Am I right?
No, sir.
Why?
5 ml.
5 ml in a liter for 1000 ml.
Yes, sir.
0.05, no?
इवन इसको सर हमने अगर हम ये तो हम पोर्टेबिलिटी के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हैं, कि लाइक अभी हम कोई भी कहीं पे घूमने जा रहे हैं तो जस्ट एक ड्रॉपर लेके जा सकते हैं, जस्ट एक सिंगल ड्रॉप डालो, आप शेक करो और उसको आप ड्रिंक कर सकते हो, क्योंकि ये जो भी ऑयल्स है ये आयुर्वेदा में रिपोर्टेड है और इनके हेल्थ इफेक्ट्स भी हमें बताए गए हैं। बट सर, वी आर वर्किंग विद सम मेडिकल टीम ऑल्सो इसको अप्रूवल के लिए, कि क्या इफेक्ट हो सकता है लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए अगर हम ऑयल कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं। तो ये टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोसेस में है। बट अभी के लिए मतलब सोसाइटल प्रोग्राम के लिए हम पुणे के अलग अलग एरिया से वाटर क्वालिटी मेजर करेंगे, और आरओ को बेसिकली जिससे हमें कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा है उसको रिप्लेस करने की अलग से टेक्नोलॉजी हम क्या क्या यूज कर सकते हैं ऑन कॉर्पोरेशन लेवल और इवन ऑन सोसाइटी लेवल।
Good, very good. This is a very interesting problem. But tell me one more thing. Divya, na aapka naam?
Yes.
Divya, one question which I have been facing, because we walk in all parts of country as a part of Shodh Yatra. Our next Shodh Yatra is in January 18 to 24 in Nagaland, Chifre district, where I expect some of you to join. So there the problem is that if you have UV LED powered by a very small cell, we want that somebody could develop a small cap with a UV LED. So you put water in a bottle and switch on. Now somebody will have to tell us how many seconds would the light should be kept on, UV light should be kept on to kill all the organisms, because 60% diseases are waterborne. So you're very right that we don't want to have even one cell of E. coli or anything. So has anybody done that, a kind of experiment as to UV LED?
Very known method.
UV LED, not LED.
Yes.
I mean, if you use UV LED, how long it will take to clean 1 liter?
I think so 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
So drawback of this UV radiation in water, if any other contaminant in there, वो उसका बाई प्रोडक्ट जनरेट होता है। तो ओके, क्लोरिनेशन का भी सर मेन ड्रॉबैक यही है कि जो भी बैक्टीरिया का साइटोप्लाज्म है वो उससे रिएक्ट करके बाई प्रोडक्ट जनरेट कर रहा है, जो कि कार्सिनोजेनिक है नेचर में।
Oh my God. Okay. So this kind of, if you can make, apart from what your projects you do, but if you can make a FAQ for common people.
Yes, sir.
On do's and don'ts of the current technologies for drinking water treatment.
Yes, sir.
Many of us don't know that, isn't it? I'm sure many students will agree that we don't. Do you all know about this? That cytoplasm of the cell of an E. coli will react with chlorine or UV light and create a new compound which may be carcinogenic? I didn't know that.
सर मेनली जो कैंसर कॉज हो रहा है वो कहीं ना कहीं उसमें ड्रिंकिंग वाटर का भी कंट्रीब्यूशन है.
तो कब भेजेंगे आप ये? When will you send this note to all the class, entire class?
Okay, sir.
So this is your first small, my tiny project. But Divya, this will help. I'm seeing this response. So many students are saying they didn't know this.
Yes,
now,
sir.
they didn't know. I didn't know. Anamika, did you know that? She might not have known either.
Sir.
पता था आपको?
नहीं सर, सिर्फ चक्कू सर के इसमें प्रोजेक्ट में और चिंतन सर के प्रोजेक्ट में थोड़ा आइडिया है सर.
But we still don't have a solution for that. So I think, Divya, you will do this task for all of us, educate us all, and maybe next class or next after class. Next class is on traditional knowledge. I will come to that a little later. But please do share a sheet with references so that if some of us want to read more, we can read there. All right. So your note can be short, but do give references about harmful effect of chlorine, harmful effect of UV, and what kind of compound it makes, what effect they have, some studies that have been done on that, and what are the safe options. And do mention about this ajwain thing. It's a very good idea. I've never heard it before. It's a wonderful idea. Have you made it open source, this ajwain oil solution, or is it a patented technology?
No, sir. We purchased from some source.
No. I'm saying the solution itself. Is it open source solution? I mean, can you share it widely, openly, or there's any restriction?
Yes, sir.
I think that also
actually जो अजवाइन उसमें थाइमोल है, तो थाइमोल इज पर्टिकुलरली थाइमोल ही रिएक्ट कर रहा है उसको बैक्टीरिया को किल करने के लिए.
Very nice. So it's a known science.
Yes. यही है सर, ये हमारे आयुर्वेदा में पहले से दिया हुआ है, बट हम वो नॉलेज को इनहांस नहीं कर रहे.
So mention that sutra also if you know about it. Give that sutra so that will go very well with the next class. Why don't you present this small story in the next class?
Okay, sure, sir.
Yeah, I think that will be a good idea, where a traditional knowledge blended with modern science is generating a powerful, affordable, frugal solution. That's it. That's what we want in this next class. I would like as many of you to make presentation in the next class. Prepare it properly. We have enough time so that we all learn from each other. That's wonderful. Thank you, Divya. Who is the next person who would like to share an example of this kind? Anybody, please?
Sir, may I speak?
Go ahead. What's your name?
Yes, sir. Akhilesh Mishra from CSIR Siri Pilani.
Bolo, Akhilesh, please go ahead.
यस सर, एक्चुअली जो अभी दिव्या ने बताया, जो वाटर ट्रीटमेंट के लिए या जो भी मतलब उसमें जो इफेक्टिव जैसे टीडीएस वगैरह है, तो उसको हम सर एक प्लाज्मा ट्रीटमेंट के थ्रू भी मतलब कम कर सकते हैं. जैसे राजस्थान पिलानी में एक्चुअली सर हमारे अराउंड में जो वाटर है उसका जो टीडीएस वैल्यू है वो अराउंड 2000 है.
Oh my God. But plasma, is it something that I can handle at household level or a village level?
Yes, sir. Actually, plasma is type of two types of plasma. One is the hot plasma, and second one is cold plasma. Then cold plasma we can use for the cancer treatment also, and another one, hot plasma, we can generate through the high voltage up to the 5 kV, 10 kV pulse type.
But tell us what can I use plasma in my home to treat the water? Is it as simple as that?
Sir, actually right now it's not simple as that, but maybe in future it is possible.
All right. Okay. Anybody else, please? This is a good thought, but for future. Today may not be possible, but someday it will become.
Sir, in our lab we are doing the experiment for the different waters, and we found that TDS is decreasing with the treatment of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, like that, with the high voltage hot plasma techniques.
All right, but that, as you said, it is at the lab level. At this moment, it is not ready to go to the field. Okay. Anybody else would like to share an unmet need with or without a solution in mind? If you don't have a solution, doesn't matter. You can share the problem. Anybody? But problem belonging to a specific region or a specific community. Just now, Akhilesh mentioned about 2,000 TDS in and around his lab itself in the villages. Yes, anybody please? Next. Who will like to present? I will do the cold calling. Kaushal, are you there? Kaushal Kishore? Nikhil Damle, will you like to share? Nikhil?
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Sir, I have been searching for some technologies which are useful to the tribal population who are working into the bamboo handicraft sector.
Okay.
And I have observed that there are many government agencies till date who are trying to support the production of bamboo as a forest produce or easily accessible to these artisans.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, even if they manufacture the articles on their own, the merchandising and the supply chain is not easily understood to these artisans. And most of the time, the corporates who are into this green idea of working with the bamboo artisans are taking their products and rebranding them for their own merchandising. So I have gone through the population index which was available in the open platforms, and I observed that all of these artisans who are working by various small groups are not using any kind of tool to brand their own produce.
Good point. Good point. Very good point.
So if
So
they
we
can
have,
brand their own produce, they can sell it on their own prices also.
it is not easy to brand a small scale
No,
product.
I am not asking to create a brand on their own.
No, but so you can have an umbrella brand. You can have an umbrella brand.
I am in the process of giving them a tool that can use or a machine that can brand for them, which will create a branding on their own.
Okay.
Now
So there are examples like, have you heard about incense stick making machine costing 5,000 rupees?
Yes, yes. I am talking about a machine which will print a brand name on the incense stick itself.
No, that is simple. No. Stick, it is very difficult. But yes, if you use hot temperature, any wood material can be branded. That's very simple. The hot letters, whether by like an electric press or like a soldering tool, you can easily do that.
Sir, that pyrography is difficult in case of bamboo material. They are using pyrography presently by using soldering irons, but the pyrography is difficult for small bamboo articles whose basically are fragile in nature.
Correct. There you have to put a label or something. You have to hang a label because the
I have
surface may not be
identified a
enough.
problem if a small tool can be manufactured or designed, so it can also use a thinnest possible bamboo fabric also and can be branded.
But Nikhil, you should understand that your point is very valid. Actually, it's a very interesting problem. I've never heard of it before, so it's a novel and interesting both. But the question only is whether we should brand the fiber, which even the big companies don't do, but they put a label there. Will label not serve the purpose rather than branding
in
on
some
the
of the
surface?
cases, the label is not solving the purpose. In
Sorry?
some of the cases,
Some of the cases.
it is not solving the problem. Like the most of the bamboo articles which are manufactured and sold out are sold out under a common umbrella of handicraft emporiums.
All right. No, that's a good thought. It's a problem worth thinking about, and I would say that you have picked up a very interesting, very niche problem, but it affects large number of bamboo
Yes. I have
artisans.
gone through the
So
population index who are working into
do
this
one
area
thing.
also.
Nikhil, one possibility is there. You have seen jewelers.
Yes.
Jewelers use micro tools for putting their sign or their name or their company's brand on golden jewelry.
Yes.
On very thin wires. Can you talk to some dwellers and see?
Yes, I have met across. I have done a societal project in one of the areas where I have gone through the bamboo workers also and the people in Nagpur region who are working in gold jewelry making and branding of their own articles with their names.
Correct.
So they have some sophisticated laser engraving machines with them.
No. We will forget that. We were only talking about
Yes,
small
they
scale
are doing.
dwellers.
Yes, they are
Small
doing
scale
it.
dwellers, they are able
Yes,
to,
yes.
you know, there are people who write on the rice grain. I have seen, I had
Right.
somewhere, I had my portrait made on a rice grain.
Yes.
So there are tools by which people can do that macro lithography kind of a thing. It's a macro lithography. So you might like to see those tools if you really are keen on this. That might be the solution. There are people who are doing micro engraving, and their tools must be the one that probably will help the cause that you are pursuing. So but it's an interesting problem, very interesting problem. Worth pursuing. It will also prevent piracy. I mean, those who are skilled artisans can put their own signature on the craft in a manner that, but generally the stand of a craft would be big enough to be put label on or put a brand on, but you want to do it in the fabric, on the structure itself, which is okay. That's a very interesting application. So, Fel, you wanted to say something? So, Fel?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm
Introduce
from.
yourself. Where are you from? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Tufel. I'm from AcSIR Pune. So my unmet need was like nowadays profession is very important to each of all of us. So there is a unmet thing is the stress level in different profession. Like doctor has a different stress level, while ITs are very under very stress. So my topic was like how we can reduce their stress, or how we can manage their stress level in different professions while talking with them, or while giving us some suggestions to how to cope up their stress level.
Well, that is $1 million problem or $1 billion problem. The whole world is suffering from it. It is such an important problem. But if you can find a good solution, it would be wonderful. I mean, meditation is supposed to help. Switching your mind from one problem to another helps. Just forget it and go over to the next issue, and which is challenge. And then slowly the stress goes out. It takes a few minutes, surely. Even to me, it takes a few minutes. And then you can focus on the next problem. So, Tufel, this is an interesting problem that you're talking about. Worth focusing on, worth picking up. And what is the background you said?
It's chemistry.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Well,
sir, I just hello sir.
Go ahead, Mohit.
सर ये एक्चुअली जब सर ने ये प्रॉब्लम बताई है ना, एक्चुअली मैं एक ना बाहर किसी से मिला था, उन्होंने एक विसल बनाई है, तो दे क्लेम्ड ये जो विसल है, अगर आप ये विसल से विसलिंग करोगे तो स्ट्रेस लेवल कम होता है, एंड दे हैव अ साइंटिफिक क्लिनिकल स्टडी फॉर दैट सर.
नहीं, वो सब
I can share. Yeah. It is, I think, German based company. I can share the link of that company. That is the stress living whistles. So I will share that link, sir. So it might be helpful to
ऐड भी काफी आ रहा था वो क्रिकेटर के थ्रू, वही वाला है
क्या? वो क्रिकेटर के थ्रू?
वो ऑस्ट्रेलियन क्रिकेटर है, I think I forgot this lamba sa. I remember the face. I'll remember the name.
What does he do? What does he do?
वो वही whistle करके एक whistle है जिससे your stress घटता है.
All right, okay. So
in fact,
Mohit,
I feel that should be मतलब जो ये म्यूजिक होता है ना, जो स्ट्रेस फ्री वाला और ये सब, every morning this should be played in every bus, tram, taxi, any mode of public mode of transport, in the offices, so that when you come to your office you are in a happy mood. उसके बाद तो जो होना है वो तो होगा ही. Everybody, all of us will go through the same cycle. We know, we are very aware of it, but why start it with a negative emotion? Why
my
start
suggestion is to fail Mohit, and if anybody else wants to join that group, pool all the solutions that are available in literature or in market, and find out the third party evaluation, that means user feedback, put that into account, and then list them in the order of importance as per your own assessment. Will that be a good, interesting review, Mohit?
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure. Definitely.
तो और कौन इसमें जोड़ना चाहते हैं? Anybody else wants to join this group?
हेलो सर, आपने कॉल किया था, मैं ट्विंकल बोल रही हूँ। मैं एक्चुअली सुन रही थी सर।
कोई
सॉरी
बात नहीं, Twinkle. So now the challenge is that where are you from, NCL?
Sir, I'm from NCL and we formed a group where Tufel is also with me, Srijit and Ratnesh sir. We four are made one group.
Okay. And what are you going to work on?
सर हम यही मेंटल हेल्थ के ऊपर ही काम कर रहे
एक काम
हैं।
करो ना, मोहित तो CSIO में से है, उसको भी ले लो अपने साथ।
ठीक है
Sir,
सर।
in fact, this is a proven study that
नहीं,
whistling helps. So whistling pulls oxygen into the bodies, increases blood flow, improves mood and releases stress.
बढ़िया बढ़िया। तो जब तकलीफ बढ़े तो सीटी बजाओ, क्या बात है। That's a good solution. Go ahead. So my point is that if you can review, because not every solution will suit every kind of stress. Stress is not the same kind, or is not of the same intensity all the time. So it is, and the individual personalities are also different. Some people can deal with them quickly, some take more time. So it may be useful to review systematic literature and see which category of people will find which kind of solution more optimal. That kind of, if this then that review will be useful rather than a generalized review. Not everybody will find same solution suitable. One shoe doesn't fit all. That's the point. Yes, yes.
Sir, we are basically focuses on the professional dependent stress, means different
No, that is
profession.
okay. That is all right. Whatever be the occupation of the person, whether you are a chemist doing experiments in the lab, or you're a computer programmer or operator working in your workshop or in your office, you can take whichever profession you wish. They may have different repetitive tasks, or there may be environmental issues which cause stress. Or yes, Monalin Mishra.
Which professionals are under the most stress?
Yes, ma'am.
Which
yeah, go
people
ahead.
in what sector are in most stress? Twinkle, sir, give me a moment.
Sir, ma'am, we are going to survey that actually.
अच्छा,
मुझे लगता है सेल्स पर्सन जो है, मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स प्रोफेशनल, दे आर मोर स्ट्रेस आई गेस।
नहीं, आई गेस वाला नहीं चाहिए, डेटा बताना।
हाँ मैम,
I
उसी
guess
के लिए
I am the most stressed person.
मैम उसी के लिए हम एक मतलब क्वेश्चनर बनाए हैं गूगल फॉर्म में, एंड वो शेयर करके डेटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं।
Monalin, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I am from CSR IMT Bhubaneswar. Sir, as we are talking about stress right now, we are here working on in an aerosol group, and we usually work on aerosol and trace gases measurement. So as we know, recently this air pollution is a major issue that is highlighted in all the newspapers and also the televisions. So our here is the issue is that during the air pollution is quite known that it is increasing due to the vehicular movements, more number of vehicular movements and industrial setups and everything. But during COVID time, what happened, we did a study, and I just recently joined, and that time we have a monitoring system for all the trace gases, like for pollutants, CO and NOx and SO2. In fact, for secondary pollutants like ozone, and we do also aerosol measurements like of PM 2.5 particles, PM 10 particles. In fact, PM1 also we do on that. And that time we found out that during COVID time, the pollution level was minimal. There was lockdown and shutdown, and the pollution level was almost minimal. And that at COVID time, the people, they started wearing masks. The thing that came into highlight, that is mask. And so then we thought of, like, we conducted an experiment there that time, and we bought some. Then when we don't know that which kind of masks should we wear. That time they were wearing for the medical issue. We need to wear mask.
But you are going to link it with this, Monal. You are going to link it with the stress level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just going into that.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So actually, what happens, sir, when we conducted this experiment about this months after the COVID situation went away, again the pollution level came back. So when we started experimenting with the mask, we bought different types of masks that are available in the markets, and we bought some masks, and then we tested it that which one is actually good, because we found out that from the aerosol particle, when we experimented when we analyzed it, we found that it is when it is been inhaling it, it is creating an oxidative stress in our lungs. Due to the formation of reactive, we call it a reactive oxygen species formation takes place, and it is creating an oxidative stress. That's why when we reach home, if we haven't washed our hand or something, we feel very irritated. So that is kind of stress that we get. That is the creation due to this pollutants only. This is a studies. Or the studies has already been done. So for
What
that,
you're
actually,
what you're saying is that if you go into the environment with more oxygen, in fact, in Japan, at the bus stand, at the railway station, they have oxygen points. People go and inhale
yes, sir.
while just to get de-stressed.
Exactly, sir. But here we are not inhaling we are inhaling the stress itself. That means particles which are creating stress in our lungs.
Good point. Good point.
So
therefore,
the
anybody
concern is
exposed
that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Manus.
Yes, so this stress, actually we kind of we want to have a solution for that. So we have gone for this mask, because when we are using it for medical purpose, it is okay. But after now, when we are also facing issue with this respiratory problems, also several respiratory problems. So this mask, we tested with several masks, their efficiency, and we found out that this N95, which is really it's little costlier, but actually it's like it's preventable for these pollutants also, like this PM particles, 2.5, 10. That is good. But the thing is that as an Indian, we have an habit of like reusing everything. We don't like we don't use it, like we will we'll buy it and we'll use it one time and we'll throw it. We have a habit of reusing everything, each and everything. So then what we did, we washed out all the masks, and then we again tested the efficiency. Then we found out that this N95, it doesn't have its efficiency reduces to almost 30 to 35%. So then only this fourth mask which we are using, those who that efficiency doesn't reduces, but that is not good. Like
so
if
your
we
point
that
to
doesn't
summarize, Monalist, to summarize your point, what you are saying is that one of the reasons why stress may be caused is inhalation of the polluted air.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
even
sir.
using the mask itself can cause this stress.
Yes, yes,
That's
sir.
Good point.
Definitely,
Good point.
definitely. Yes.
So now my suggestion is to Fel and Twinkle and others, and Mohit, maybe somebody else, whether Monolin want to join, then you can also join this group. But do a good review study with some advisory on the basis of the strength or rigor of the evidence, and replicated studies. Supposing whistle study has been done, how many people have replicated that result? That will be useful to know. Then only we can have little more interest. One study, one experiment generally does not prove anything. So one has to replicate a few times to see whether results are consistent. So, but it seems plausible. It seems plausible because most of the calming music has birds sound and all that. All right, good. Now, before we have only 6 minutes left, and I have to tell about some next class. Aarti has raised a question, and let me explain what we are expecting, because only about 170, 180 people have responded to the question that we are going to discuss in the next class. And I will request all the remaining students also to fill that up. What are we looking for? We are looking for some examples of traditional knowledge, whether you collect it from your parents or you collect it from the servants around you or in your home, service providers, gardeners, anybody. You can talk to the gardener in your institute also, sit with that person or a janitor or anybody and talk about, because they have to survive with less resources, less material resources, and more pressures of the work. So how do they survive? and what kind of solutions they use in everyday life, which are functional and which are frugal and which are therefore extremely affordable, but also functionality is important. We are not talking about anecdotal knowledge that somebody, whether your grandparents or your granduncle or your neighbors, have used. Is that question clear, Aarti? Is it clear to you now?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So my suggestion is that our feeling is that if those groups, those of you who have not filled up, please fill it up as early as you can within a day or two so that we can go through them and then discuss them more systematically. The other thing that we will say is that about the unmet need also, around the same number of people, around 175, 180 have responded. There also, I will suggest, now you know what we are looking for. We are looking for more precise unmet needs which can be defined precisely in terms of the group of people whom it affects, the region where it affects, the sector to which it belongs, something, and which is technological in nature by and large. Exception is, of course, mental health, where solution could be both technological, as in this case of sound or whistle, or it could be psychological or social psychological or yogic or whatever else. You can review and tell us which of these solutions you find more meaningful. But please remember that your research on these solutions, on the unmet needs as well as on traditional knowledge, will be very meaningful for us. Now, we looked at the third sheet that was circulated on the innovations that you have come across. Few of you have mentioned very precise examples, but some of you have mentioned general. Idea was to see through your eyes examples of social innovations by common people, innovations by scholars, but for common people. So innovations can be from common people or for common people. Some of you mentioned about Manu Prasad, Manu Prakash, who has developed the foldscope and a few other things. He has also used the Firni as a centrifuge, 3000 RPM he showed Firni has, and used a blood drop to put it on that Firni in the kind of, with a thread you pull it and then the coin or the round surface will move around on its axis. And there he tried to do so instead of a very complex, costly centrifuge, he found a 10 paisa solution for centrifuging the blood drop and then analyzing its content. So there are some very good solutions that he has developed. I knew him from his IIT Kanpur days when he was a student, and he had developed some very interesting project even as an undergraduate. So if
Sir, have you answered Aarti?
Aarti she replied that she understood.
The idea is you can ask anybody around yourself, like your grandparents or your community members or anybody, or like anything that has not been published yet, but you know that they are effective because people have been using it. For example, we found in Sikkim that the corns from one of the lady, we found that corn silk they use that tea for treating UTIs. So then later we found out there are several uses of it. So something like that. Now, there is another announcement. Sir, before you tell HP and Korea, and GYT. So the best three from each of the categories, we will send you an hamper.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. So now there are some goodies coming your way. Thank you, Anamika, for making it so attractive at the Diwali time, festival time. Goodies are welcome. So ठीक है, so then you are offering 3 best traditional knowledge practical practices, 3 best unmet need, and 3 best. You are saying giving 9 goodies, 9 students will be given award.
Yes.
All right, very good. So this is an exhibition going to take place in Delhi from November 29th to December 2nd. And November 30th is an important day when there will be innovators from Northeast in Jammu Kashmir. Those of you who are in Delhi or around, you are welcome to visit. You can also register on the pfi2023.in as a delegate. But even if you don't register, you are still welcome. November 28th to December 2nd, lunchtime, it will be over. And November 30th, there will be very interesting day when we will also have startups on in the forenoon. And after 3, we will have Grassroot innovators. They will stay till 2nd December, the ones from Jammu Kashmir and Northeast. But 30th, you will meet even the deep tech and the startups. So there are in about 40 deep tech innovations, roughly 40 or 35, 37, and similar number of grassroots innovations being showcased in Second People Festival of Innovation, November 28 to 23 at India International Center, Lodi Garden. Those who are from Delhi side region will know this place, very well known, and those who don't will find out. And you are most welcome to attend this. There is another award that we have. We will discuss that in the next class. Time is over now. But if any one of you has any question before we close, we'll take a few minutes because we lost 15 minutes in the beginning of the class. So we can have. Yes, we have a lecture tomorrow, Manisha. We have very much a lecture tomorrow, and I'll be in Pune, so I'll be attending the class from Pune at 5:30 tomorrow till 7:30. We are going to discuss the story of Honeybee Network tomorrow, the class. And if any one of you has interesting anecdotes on how the knowledge of the common people has solved problems, not may solve, has solved problems. Because I'll talk about solutions that people have developed already. And Amika would share some part of the product that they are developing from Himalayan region, some innovative product that they are developing with the help of community knowledge or in partnership with communities. So maybe some idea you will get, so that if some of you want to work with these communities in your project, you will get an opportunity to do that. Anamika, is it all right? Anamika?
Yes, sir.
So it may be a few slides of the product, some innovative product that are coming up. For example, that quince apple thing and a few other things will be interesting for students to know as to how it will also set the stage for next class, which is on traditional knowledge. But it also shows how Honeybee Network works in partnership with the communities. So we will talk about the whole story of 35, 40 years, how this network has evolved and generated such a huge platform, both for innovations from and for Grassroot. Any question before we close? Soumya, I'm coming only in the afternoon for 2 or 3 hours. I'm not in Pune for longer period. This time I'm not visiting NCL, but next time, Pune International Center, I'll be there at around 4. We'll be there till 5, 4 to 5, and then we'll join the class at 5:30 to 7:30, and then I'm with Dr. Mashelkar. So that's the plan for tomorrow. So unfortunately, I will not be able to visit all of you tomorrow in Pune. Next time, I will keep that in mind. Give my regards to Friends in Venture Center and all around that. All right. So then, if there's no question, then we will close. Please join tomorrow in time and do fill up the 3 sheets that we have shared with you as you find time. Thank you so much. Good night and have a great New Year recorded and also the Diwali holidays. Wonderful. Keep safe, keep healthy, keep happy. I don't want any stress on any one of you. So keep smiling. And
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
थोड़ा हंसा करो बच्चों, हंसोगे तो stress अपने आप खत्म हो
लिखा है आशा
Thanक यू सर.
बाय बाय
Bye bye. God bless you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Bye bye, sir. Bye bye. Bye bye. Normally, what I will do next time tomorrow is I'll put some music on when the class closes, so you can go away with some musical notes so that you go relaxed from the class. I couldn't do that. I should have done it actually. Let me try. But, yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much. Remain happy. No stress. I don't want any stress to come near us. ये आप लोगों को इतनी उम्र में स्ट्रेस कैसे हो जाता है पता नहीं होना चाहिए स्ट्रेस. खुश रहो. Enjoy yourself.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
sir.
Bye
That
bye.
was very nice lecture today, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Luck. और जरा वो भरना स्प्रेडशीट में डालना आइडियाज है ना.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
मैं क्लास अटेंड नहीं कर रही हूँ. पालमो सर कन्नै गल्लां कर रही हूँ. गल्लां कर रही